that in court, Voldemort, one of the only pushbacks against Voldemort was, because he tried to say that, oh, well, she's driving by 3 or 4 times a day. Bullshit, y'all. It was absolute bullshit, and let me tell you why. And why it was a lie, and even Voldemort knew it. But it was to further gaslight and to abuse, and he was absolutely using the system to do it. Let me tell you why it's a lie. Several weeks before this shit started going down, the birth givers all of a sudden bought cameras, right? And Voldemort was all concerned about getting them up. Kept telling me this, so one of the birth parents, come watch the cat outside. Y'all, it was for this bullshit. Like, everybody's so scared of me. It was part of the setup. Right? It's always that shit, y'all. Always. And I've never been the one to harm them, but they have absolutely harmed me and abused me and these children. And it's always that flip script, these fucking narcopaths, dude, and this fucking pretend game of. Anyway, so there are cameras there. Okay? Now, I ain't afraid of those cameras. Wasn't afraid to go down that fucking road, but I didn't want to see it. Had no need to see it or drive by. Because I didn't give a fuck. Right? And I avoided it. So I took other way. You know, like, I went out of my fucking way. Only once, by the time I went to court, had I driven by there. And I knew the exact date. I knew why. I made that clear in court. And I was like, yeah, this is bullshit. I was like, I mean, y'all, this motherfucker knows there are, I can count at least like 5 or 6 of the same car, same color, which some of them are different in years. They go between the Bragg curve and Ben Hill. They come in and out there every day. However, and Voldemort knows that too, right? So he knows what he's saying. And here's why he knew what he was saying was a lie. And why it was part of the fucking setup and the bullshit to try to make himself look like a victim. Because, as all of you here know locally, Voldemort totaled that fucking car. Won't do shit with the insurance, no matter what was done. Like, it's distinctive on the driver's side. You can't miss it. And the front bumper where he'd already wrecked it before. Right? You cannot mistake my car for any of the other 6, at least between the Bragg curve and Ben Hill, before Lone Star, where those fucking... You can't. Voldemort knew what he was saying was a lie. They knew I had not been driving by that house. Still have not been. Not with friends. I've not had people driving the fuck by. I've not driven by. I think I've been by twice. Once on the 10th and once not long after. And it was, I think, the night after I'd been, the ambulance and all that stuff had happened. Because I felt like I was having an episode again. And I just went straight up. Because it's the quickest way to the parkway and to help if I needed it. And I hauled ass, kept my head straight, wanted nothing to do with anything, right? Anyway, so, but here we are, right? Anyway, so, at first it seemed, and look, here's what happened. It was the only pushback really in court. And the only point at which anybody was like, not joking, or like, it was the only point. But I tell Voldemort, like, I'm like, Your Honor, I was like, that's not true. The only time I driven by is like the 10th. I was late for an appointment. There's tree cutters on the right. I said, Lord, Voldemort was all like, you know, she's driving by 3 or 4 times a day, and why could she drive by? And they were like, look here, buddy. There's 2 kind of separate rules. She can drive where the fuck she wants. You cannot. Stay away from wherever the fuck she is. Do not be driving by. At all. Voldemort was pissed. And he's like, well, why can't I drive by where she's at? Why can't I? Why can't I? Why you need to? Right? And at the time, I was still in Ben Hill. That's a dead end. Why the fuck does he need to? He doesn't. Right? But he knew where I was going, which is part of the box problem fucking now. And, I mean, so anyway, he, was pissed. Then I get out here and it seems like we're going to get some help with the shit because stuff's happening. But then I think the car game interfered with that. And then one of the last times we even bothered to call, because Sissy was terrified. I was like, fuck this. Not, everybody here was pissed. And I basically get told that, Coleslaw is just skirting rules because she ain't on the fucking order. Which, whatever, I wasn't dumb, I knew this anyway. And then, so I knew it was better skirting it. In the daytime, it could just be coleslaw, and then at night, it would be something that you couldn't tell it was in the car, right? So then there it is, and they can jet, quick enough, whatever. But then, what you have is, then it keeps getting let go. Keeps getting let go. And then I get told, well, it's a public road. But it says on the fucking, order that don't be driving by, start, what the fuck? Right? Not just at the other one, but anywhere I'm living. Putting the petitioner in fear, or the children. Even the judge, even they pushed back on that one thing and said, do not be driving by anywhere she is. Even there. But then I'm literally told the last time I even bothered that basically not basically hell, they said what's going to have to happen is he's going to have to put hands on you again. And I just looked at people and I was like, so I have to die? We have to go fucking around and one of us has to end up dead. Okay. It's great. This has to keep happening until, like I'm telling you now, it's going to, if. So anyway, and now it's getting the past couple days to where it's not just the quiet ones, right? It's not just a look and make sure she's in the box. It's not just, look at this, I've won a game here. I'm not even playing, like I've said from the get-go. I have nothing to compete with. I'm good. My family raised me better, and I've never once in my whole ass life competed with another female, and I ain't gonna start now. I got more self-worth than that, and that's something he was never able to take from me. I'll be damned if, and I don't compete with shit like that. I'm sorry, and I know it sounds uppity, and not like an abused whatever, but I don't compete with things that, I'm just going to temper my tongue right there. But I don't play a game. There's no competition. Go on. And to help with that, how petty. How weird to me. Regardless. It was quiet at first, right? But it was to make sure I was in the box. I was doing what I was supposed to do. And that dawned on me in the past few days, right? It wasn't just the competition, the game thing I wasn't playing. It's also about the box and making sure I'm where I'm supposed to be. And then also circumventing the other shit that's going on behind the scenes and the people helping them further abuse me. That's the fucked up part. They're doing both things right now. Pretending to be the victim, having people help them like they are the victim. And I don't know that those people know. Or paying attention. They're paying more attention to me, probably these videos, than they are what the fuck that actually is. And what it's up to, even behind, I don't know. It's all fucking crazy. It makes you feel crazy. Regardless. But this right here. And now in the past couple days, it's been louder around small town here.